Jasmine Crockett responded to Pam Bondi saying that these people need to be held accountable and they need to tread lightly when it comes to what they're inciting as far as these people keep going to these Tesla dealerships and vandalizing vehicles. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. This is what she had to say.
New today, a direct message from Attorney General Pam Bondi to a sitting member of Congress for comments about Elon Musk. Let's take a listen.
Now you have this Congresswoman Crockett who is calling for attacks on Elon Musk on her birthday. Let's take him out on my birthday, she says. And yet she turns and says, oh, I'm not calling for violence. Well, she is an elected public official. And so she needs to tread very carefully because nothing will happen to Elon Musk. And we're going to fight to protect all of the Tesla owners throughout this country, and it's this basic safety.
Joining me now is Texas Democratic Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett, vice-ranking member on the House Committee on Oversight and Government Reform and ranking member of the House Oversight Committee. Congresswoman, pardon me. It's always good to see you, my friend. And I'm going to say, I was looking at you on the monitor while you were listening to Pam Bondi. You seem to be not fazed at all. The Attorney General there, though, is telling you to tread carefully. I'm curious your response, and have some of these protests at Tesla dealerships gone too far?
Yeah, so I'm actually going to say that I participated in a Tesla takedown. That is the name of the website. And it was all about this large protest that they're calling for. And this is a nonviolent protest that they're calling for. And in fact, when I was on there, which is why the Attorney General had to say that I wasn't calling for violence, and it's ridiculous that I even have to say something like that. But because they are trying to twist our words, one of the things that I told people to do is make sure you are adhering to the laws in your area. Make sure you know what it looks like to protest and to be able to raise your voices and to exercise your constitutional right to free speech. And what we see is that they want to dull our free speech rights. They want to make sure that those that are participating in the press,
you want to dull your
free speech rights. Recent attacks specifically on this news organization, they want y'all to kind of tamp down what you say and hopefully buy into the lies instead of going out there and just telling the truth. And so, yeah, I'm excited to see that Elon Musk, that his money as it relates to Tesla, well, Tesla's tanking right now. And I'm okay with that. So just in case the slow people listening decide to clip this up later, I just want to say that I have never promoted violence whatsoever. Yet I've also never made excuse for those violent actors such as the ones on January 6th. So Pam Bondi, if you have an issue with terrorism, maybe you should talk to your boss about locking back up those guys that he let out that participated in January 6th.
She's so ghetto and so sassy. And, you know, of course, they're going to protect themselves. They're never going to hold the people accountable that actually vandalize Tesla dealerships. And they think that Tesla stock is going to go and continue to tank. This is about as anti-American as you can possibly be. I have never in my life seen people want to see a bunch of people, hundreds of thousands of jobs worldwide, not just even in the United States of America, but worldwide. They want to see hundreds of thousands of people. And then we're not even going to talk about all of the other hundreds of thousands of people in industries that are then propped up, including suppliers, including business people, including small businesses that then benefit around it, including all of the homes and the different communities that are built up as a result of these plants and these jobs coming into the United States of America, including all of the people that got rich as a result of getting equity inside of Tesla as workers. They don't care about that. The only thing that they care is protecting their friends from being able to find out where the fraud, waste, and abuse is and continuing to maintain power because that's how they got rich. I would even probably venture to say that it's a possibility that we need to figure out who all is shorting Tesla as far as in their stocks in Congress and the Senate. We need to figure out who's shorting it because I want to know if any one of them benefited from it. I also want to know that. I want to know everything. This is as anti-American as you can be to say that, yes, I signed up and participated in Tesla takedown, while also saying, but I did protect myself by saying, hey, listen, make sure you find out about the law. You know people ain't listening to that part. The only thing that they listening to is the part that they cheered for the most, and that's you being anti-American and making sure that you protest against the very people that's doing the thing that's the best. They don't care nothing about the astronauts. Notice how you didn't see any Democrat, not one, not Bernie Sanders, not AOC, not Jasmine Crockett, not all of these people on the Fight Oligarchy tour. And we're going to talk about Bernie Sanders and AOC later on in this show. Notice how you didn't see them say anything about the astronauts that got brought down from space, even though Biden left them up there.
When Pam Bondi, though, says, tread carefully, what does that even mean?
Yeah. All it means is that she's attempting to get me to say, oh, I'm going to be scared and I'm just not going to say anything, because they are willing to literally break the law. I mean, that's what we've seen them do. They are ignoring court orders. They are ignoring what our own laws are. When we look at things such as impoundment, things like that, this entire administration is rogue. And this isn't about partisanship. I keep trying to tell people that we are living in the time of good versus evil, right versus wrong. And right now, when we are looking at the black letter of the law and they are deciding, I'm just going to ignore it, then they are wrong. That is clear as day. And
hey,
right now,
since I bought Tesla, remember I went and bought 10,000 shares just for the heck of it? I literally just pulled up my position in Tesla right now. It is up 15%. Bag chasers. Did y'all not catch that money? I'm up $1,564. So listen. You cannot in any way, shape, or form believe. In any way, shape, or form believe. Today's gain is up 9.6% today. Almost 10% today alone. It is up. It is up 10% today alone. Don't worry about it. I'm going to give it to the streets. When we get into Block Club, when we get into Block Club, what are we going to do? Oh, you don't believe me? Don't worry about it. I'll show it to you. You know me. I have no problem showing what it is that I got going on. I have no problem. I will show you 1,000%. They just talk. Listen. You are talking to people that have no clue. And when I say no clue, they have zero clue whatsoever. They have zero clue whatsoever on what's going on in this particular one. Just for the sake of it, I just grabbed 10,000 shares. Is up, 1,500. I did it with my daughter's account. My daughter is up $1,500 just because we bought some Tesla last week because we seen what people was doing. We don't care nothing about what they... Listen, you can continue to get involved with all of this nonsense. You can continue to play games. You can let them do all of the little pivoting, and that's why Tesla... No, it's not. It's just... Listen, I tell you guys every day, it is a buying opportunity. We're going to fix the camera in a minute. It's a buying opportunity. That's it. Every day it is a buying opportunity. When you see something happen and you see people that are complaining and they whining and they say, oh man, what you gonna do, Anton? The market is down. I'm buying a whole lot of it. What do you mean, what am I gonna do if the market is down? That means that we're gonna make a whole lot of money. My daughter just made $1,500 in her account. What are you going to do? Man, listen, I don't want to talk about it. I wish I could talk about it on this, but we're going to talk about it in Block Club this weekend. There is going to be so much money that is made. My daughter made $1,500 off of $10,000 in shares. There is going to be so much money that is made. So much money that is made. If you are fearful, if you do not have an abundance mindset, if you are so worried all the time, trust me, Democrats and liberals like Jasmine Crockett, they not doing nothing except for getting us richer. If you know, you know. If you are part of the Democratic plantation, and you can be a part of the Democratic plantation. If you're ready to run it up, then make sure you tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description as well as pinned to the top of the chat.
Now they are going after anyone who decides that they will challenge them, whether it's the judges that are sitting on the benches, whether it is lawyers that have decided that they were going to represent their clients to the best of their ability, and most of them won against Trump and his administration. Basically, they are trying to get rid of all voices of dissent.
Okay, well, let's pick up on right versus wrong, because a new memo from the Trump administration in part directs the heads of the Justice and Homeland Security departments to seek sanctions against attorneys and law firms who engage in frivolous, unreasonable, and vexatious litigation. I've never used the word vexatious, but there you go, against the United States, or in matters that come before federal agencies. And I remind viewers, you are a trained lawyer. So in your legal expertise, is this memo by President Trump legal?
I mean, listen, he can write as many memos as he wants to write. I mean, a memo is just a memo. But as it relates to the guidance that they are trying to lay out for the Department of Justice, again, this is them going rogue. We already have provisions that lay out when someone should be able to go after someone and determine that they are vexatious, or determine that they are bringing frivolous lawsuits, and therefore there should be sanctions. That's normal. I mean, listen, I've got plenty of crazies that love to sue. So I completely understand it. I completely agree with it. And ultimately, it is up to the judge to determine. But here's the thing. The Trump administration is losing. There are over 100 cases going on right now. And what we see is that we've got people like Attorney James,
Letitia James.
Attorney General James in New York that is winning. So
Listen to what she's saying. Letitia James is the one that campaigned on trying to bring Trump down as a result in New York and trying to file that lawsuit. Once it goes up to appeal, once it goes up to the Supreme Court, we all know where all of this stuff is going. So yeah, they're having temporary victories from Obama-appointed judges and people that have ran in liberal cities like Letitia James over in New York. But we all know that Letitia James is evil. We all know this. So you can get on and play this long game to where they basically wasting American taxpayer dollars by having these attorneys temporarily slow down what we're already going to do, such as what Pam Bondi said, or you can get on the train to make sure that you do the thing that's best for the American people. They will throw around these little terms and all of this stuff. Man, listen, bro, all they doing is slowing down the inevitable. You can run from it. You can hide. You can do anything that you want to do. That is why we're going to kick this up to the next notch, and it's going to go to the Supreme Court, and then we all know how that's going to play out, because we have a majority inside of the Supreme Court of conservatives versus liberals. It's so dumb. It is so stupid. Looks like I'm going to have to go ahead and swap out the camera because I don't like what's going on. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Jasmine Crockett, ladies and gentlemen.